How many times have you come home from a photo shoot of some sort, of whatever, even if it's just for yourself, and gone, damn, wish it was better. You felt a little discouraged, or you missed the shot, or you didn't see the thing just right, or you traveling and you've got 5 minutes to get a good shot and you miss it. That's disappointing, but a little preparation and you might just nail it.
Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Photography Radio. My name is Tomasz, and today you are listening to The Woo with Karen Hutton, where she muses up a tasty blend of inspiration, photography, and life. Enjoy.
Can you imagine your life without photography? No? Then you will love this show. And it doesn't matter if you're a DSLR, a mirrorless, or a mobile phone shooter. We're here to help your photography grow. This is Photography Radio.
Hi, everybody. It's Karen Hutton, and welcome to The Woo. Today, I thought we would talk about preparation. It's one of my pet, causes, sometimes one of my pet peeves. The idea of preparation, for me, was honed through a lifetime of competitive sports, working with horses, dance, figure skating, singing, acting, you name it. It all had to do with preparation. That was how you got yourself onto the stage, into the arena, into the winner's circle, whatever you're looking for. Preparation was key. So I notice photographers don't talk about preparation all that much. Sometimes they talk about what's in my gear bag. I guess that's a form of preparation, but there's so much more to it. It's an art unto itself if you want to be successful by whatever means you define success. So the idea of preparation, for me, is like so basic. So I thought I would talk about it today, and then I'm going to be curious to hear what you think. So let's take figure skating. We prepare by training. We prepare with mental preparation, because if you're going to compete or be in a show or perform or take a test, you got to be mentally prepared. You got to be physically prepared. You got to be dressed to, for success, for whatever you're doing. All these things are preparation. So what do we got to do as photographers? Well, my particular opinion about photography is that it isn't just technical. It's also partly a performance art, because there's going to come a time when you step out onto the, in quotes, stage, which could be, if you're a landscape photographer, a sunset. Here in North America, they go fast. So you got to be prepared to move fast, change your settings, change your gear, pick up and move to a new location, take it all in, shoot wide, shoot, close, all that stuff. Your mind has to be like a finely tuned machine. Street photographers, the same thing. You got to be in the zone. There's a lot of energy. Stuff happens fast. Can you change your settings not having to look at your camera? Are you shooting manual settings? All these things, you got to think about it ahead of time, plan, practice, do drills, even in your mind. I used to get so nervous taking figure skating tests when I was younger that I used to have to do a lot of self-hypnosis techniques. In fact, I went and learned self-hypnosis because there were other competitive skaters in my world that had a similar problem, and they used to mess up, on the national stage because they'd get so nervous, and it makes your whole nervous system and your brain to body, connection just misfire, and you mess up. You're not operating at full capacity. How many times have you come home from a photo shoot of some sort, of whatever, even if it's just for yourself, and gone, damn, wish it was better. You felt a little discouraged, or you missed the shot, or you didn't see the thing just right, or you traveling and you've got 5 minutes to get a good shot and you miss it. That's disappointing, but a little preparation and you might just nail it. Those are some reasons why. So now the different kinds of preparation you might do. Okay. There's kind of the obvious one where you plan your gear, you look at the weather, you consider the time of day you're going to shoot, and you choose the gear, both your clothing, do you have water, do you have all your peripherals, all that stuff. That's pretty basic, but it makes the list. So prepare for that. For yourself, if you're going to walk a lot, have good shoes, have good socks. Is it going to rain? Bring some rain gear. Do you need water? Bring some water. Pretty basic. Then there is your inner preparation. That's different for photography. That's normal from where I come from. But I get this question actually a fair amount as a travel photographer. I have clients and students who travel and get really amped up. They get really nervous, right? And they get like, oh my God, I'm in a new place. I'm in Rome for the first time. I may never come here again. Oh my God. Oh, and they stand there and they kind of freak out. Like, how do you prepare for that? You do your preparation. You get on Google Earth if you need to. You look at other images. You decide where you want to go, the time of day you want to go, shots you want to get, which lets you plan your gear accordingly. And you have that as a guideline. It doesn't have to, you don't have to, use it as a military captain. You got to get these shots. Get them. Go. Although that's not a bad drill. But that's not the spirit with which I'm saying do your preparation. It's all about, we've talked in other shows about limitations. This kind of preparation for travel, deciding where you're going to shoot, when you're going to shoot, what kind of shots you would love to get that makes you happy, that makes you feel good. That kind of preparation is about creating smart limitations that allow you to relax, that allow your eyes to soften and your creative muse to come out and play, because you're not going to get all the shots. This is also another thing I tell people. Prepare yourself for the fact that you're not going to get every shot you see. You're going to walk away wishing you'd been able to get some others. So either plan to go back or just get okay with you're going to get what you're going to get. And they're going to be gorgeous. It's going to be fun. And you're going to succeed. And you're going to feel good. Just start getting your mind working along those lines. And just accept the fact you're not going to get every single pixel in the scene. So that's one. That's one form of preparation. And the limitation of deciding where, when, how, and the gear is very helpful towards that. Now, if you're somebody who gets ampy, because when you get adrenalized, your brain doesn't work as well. You don't breathe as well. Your brain hates it when you don't breathe because it likes oxygen. So does your heart. So does your everything. And make sure that you eat well. Don't be hungry. Don't be having a blood sugar rush when you're trying to be creative, or, just get that stuff taken care of. Now, ground and focus. If you're somebody who gets ampy, learn how to ground and focus yourself. I take all of my clients and all of my students in retreat through a process that works for us. I've done it my whole life through performing arts and so on and so forth. I can literally do it walking to a scene. Maybe you like to listen to music. Maybe you've done some breathing exercises, learned something from yoga. Heck, there's apps that help you do that, but do it ahead of time. If you're an ampy person, you can't just go, oh, I've got to relax. Okay, I'm breathing. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's not going to help you. So plan ahead. Prepare to be able to ground and focus in the moment by doing it ahead of time. It's part of your training. I think everybody should do it. I certainly do it. A lot of times people are nervous because they fear they're going to fail. So practice succeeding. Now, whether you're on assignment, whether this is a professional shoot that you're going on, whether it's a vacation, I don't care what it is. I want to walk away feeling like I succeeded. So I always imagine myself in the scene. I imagine myself there, having fun, seeing amazing things, just generally, and forming my creativity and forming my shots around them, feeling successful. I like getting a variety pack. I like walking away feeling like I've got enough for a book, where this is the zoomed in shots, this is the big shot, this is the reaction shot, this is the moment, this is the street, but it could be landscape too. There's a lot to get your head wrapped around, and the best way to do it is to be relaxed, to be prepared, and to have practiced ahead of time succeeding. What you're doing is you're preparing your entire body, your nervous system, your brain, your everything for the event, but for success in the event. A lot of people don't do that. The scenario that used to freak me out the most was where the figure skating tests. The ice arena is dead silent. The ice is perfectly clean. There are 6 judges, 3 in front and 3 in back, and you in the middle. And your job is to create these figures, these circles that are perfectly sized. And it's just you and the ice. There's no mark. And you just have to make the circle, then you trace it, then you trace it again. But if you make a mistake the first time, you make the mistake, you correct it the second time, and then you trace the correction the third time. You get 3 passes. My legs would start shaking. Like I could look down and see my legs going wobble, 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 because I was so nervous. So I had to practice this visualization thing in bed every night, over and over. till it felt really good, till I was really relaxed in the visualization. I nailed the figure the first time, so all I had to do was trace it each time, and it was easy. Ease. And it felt good until my nervous system believed it. Because when I first started, in my mind, I couldn't do it right. That's when you know you really got to work on this, as if in your mind you keep going down, oh my God, what if this happens? And oh my God, I failed last time. And oh my God, what if I fail again? Past, future, past, future, past, future, where in the present is really where all this stuff happens. So visualizing yourself succeeding in the moment, the way you want to, even if you want to practice, and then I make this a print, and then I put it in a gallery, and everyone loves it, and I sell it for $10,000. Whatever, you want to do, practice it in your mind and in your body ahead of time. It's just the most amazing thing. So imagining your success in this way is a surefire way to get yourself much further down the line. Now, the final piece of preparation I'm going to mention is, let's say you're shooting a vintage lens, which means you're going to do manual settings. If you're not used to doing that, and it's actually really fun to do that, by the way, especially when you go into cities and travel and you want to create some kind of like cool effect or some vintage effect or just see the world a little differently, it's really fun to play with vintage lenses. Can you, on the fly, change your aperture, manually focus, and nail the shot? Can you change your other settings without looking down every time? Do you know exactly which way to turn the focus, for more or less? Do you know which way the aperture goes greater and less without looking at it? Then get in your backyard and practice, or in your office or somewhere, and do the drills that allow you to just have muscle memory for those things so you're not distracted by stuff you should already know how to do when you get out there. Landscape photography, like I said before, in North America here, our sunsets and sunrises, they go pretty fast, and you might want to move around. So are you accustomed to throwing on a filter, taking it off, assembling and disassembling your tripod, camera, filters, settings, whatever? Are you good at that? Can you do it fast? I used to do speed drills so that I would get fast at it, because speed here in landscape is necessary. You still have to feel, you got to be present, you got to be moved. Whatever the awe experience is in your landscape moment, you have to allow yourself to have that. But at a certain point, if you're going to photograph it and if you're going to create a variety, you got to do it fast. So you do drills, you practice, you prepare for those moments when you don't want to just go out and take one shot. Or maybe you do want to take one shot. Then practice how amazing that feels. Again, your brain, your nervous system, your expectations, your body, everything inside is prepared. And of course, we've already talked about you've already got your gear and your food and your clothing and everything else you need prepared. So you're like a prepared machine. Anyway, that at least lays a little bit of groundwork on this conversation of preparation. I'd love to know what you do for preparation, or if you've even thought of it. I think it's a profound conversation to have, which is why I wanted to introduce it today. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk next time. See you later. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit subscribe on your podcast app. It would mean a lot for us to have you as our regular listener. Head over to photographyradio.com to drop your suggestion for future editions of Photography Radio, or simply to say hello. We would absolutely love to hear from you. In the meantime, have a wonderful night, and we will be back with more photography in your ears very soon.